Broadcasting down in the bayou, it's Mark Out Mania, a podcast featuring two average Joe wrestling fans talking about the business they love and so much more. And now, here's Ryan Keith and Patrick Fry.
And welcome to episode 3 of Mark Out Mania, our Survivor Series special. Patrick, I'm excited.
I'm excited too, man. Survivor Series, it has the potential to be one of the best pay-per-views of the entire year, and that includes, of course, WrestleMania. And we all know, as WWE fans, that is the biggest wrestling event of the year, and tickets went on sale for that last Friday. I didn't get none yet, but I will certainly get tickets for that at some point because it is in New Orleans. But I tell you what, the build-up for Survivor Series has been awesome, and if Survivor Series is just as good as the build-up was, it's going to be an amazing show. A lot of star power in this show. A lot of good matchups. Man, I'm really pumped up for it to be here. It's been about a little over 24 hours from now from when we're recording, so we're looking forward very much so to Survivor Series tomorrow night.
Right, and you can find us online at MarkOutMania.com. That's your central hub to find us wherever we are. iTunes, Spreaker, YouTube, SoundCloud. You can get to them all at our website, MarkOutMania.com. Also, if you hit the support tab, let's talk a little bit about our Patreon account. If you hit support, you're going to see Mark Out Mania Patreon. Click that. You're going to notice some amazing new additions to our levels. We have joined the Discord, and we have a Mark Out Mania behind-the-scenes Discord server. Now, what that's going to do for you as a listener, if you want something a little bit more in-depth, more raw and uncut, so to speak, if you become $1 a month curtain jerker at our Patreon account, you're going to get access to our Discord server. You're going to be able to hear the show live right when we record it. So it's going to give you an inside look on what's going on back here. If we mess up, if something crazy happens behind the scenes, you're going to hear everything as it happens in real time. Yeah,
and what you fans don't know is this is our second attempt now because something went, the computer had to update, so we got that out of the way and got a second, attempt at it now, which we didn't really get that far into the first attempt anyway, only a couple of minutes. So fans like that, you get to it's almost like personalized. You get to really see what goes on here behind the scenes. And me personally, when I listen to anything like a podcast, it would always be nice. I like listening to things live as they happen. And with the $1 a month plan that we have on our Patreon, you can certainly get that live access to us doing the podcast live whenever it is we record it.
Right. Also, if you sign up for the $5 a month Glorified Jobber, that's $3 a month. The Glorified Jobber's $3 a month. You get exclusive content only found on Patreon. So our show notes, exclusive videos, exclusive audio, only to be found on Patreon. Also, if you sign in at our main eventer level, you become a Discord admin, so you have admin capabilities. So swing over to our website, MarkOutMania.com, click support, and we would appreciate any support that you guys would give us because, it's just special. When somebody gives you their hard-earned money because they enjoy your content, there's no thank you that can go far enough. But we just want you to know that anything that you can do to support this show is greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. We really appreciate anybody who supports the show because at the end of the day, we just want to keep you wrestling fans informed of what's going on and keep you updated. We're just two average Joes, like the title says, just wrestling fans. We love talking about it. We love debating about it, and we love getting feedback from you, the fans, on what's going on in wrestling and really just kind of get the perspective of everybody as far as their wrestling views, like who's your favorite, what you think is going to happen here and there. So it's really fun interaction for us to be able to talk to you, the fans, and tell you guys what we think about wrestling and also to hear what you guys think about wrestling as well.
Right. We don't claim to be insiders, but I tell you what, these last few weeks, we have had some breaking news on our Twitter feed and our Facebook pages. So, like I said, we're in no means insiders. We're just two guys that love wrestling, but we have gotten the jump on some information that we got it out there before some really big wrestling groups started reporting it. So, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Absolutely, yes. We got the Facebook, we got the Twitter, of course, our website, MarkOutMania.com, where really is the central point of everything. So plenty of ways for you guys to go and find us, check out what we're doing, listen to the podcast, do everything that is Mark Out Mania.
Right. Patrick, let everybody know before we jump in the Survivor Series how they can find out news and updates on what's going on in New Japan.
In New Japan, my cousin, our buddy Jonathan Brinkman, he's a big New Japan Pro Wrestling fan, and he's going to be happy because he listens to the show every week, and he's always, another shout-out, first episode, got a shout-out, second episode, got 2 episodes, 2 shouts-out. Well, guess what, Brinkman, 3 episodes, 3 shouts-out, or 3 shout-outs. There we go, I said it a little wrong. But you get the shout-out, once again, Brink, because he is the New Japan guru of us 3, because I know a little bit. I'm starting to learn. He's really helping me out, teaching me about what's going on in New Japan. But I know there's a lot of New Japan fans out there, especially with the whole Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega thing. There's a lot of new fans coming on in. Brink is going to have you covered. Be sure to stay tuned to his Spoiler Alert blog. Now, Spoiler Alert, I know some fans may see that because, like me sometimes, I don't like reading the spoilers. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And for those fans who don't like reading the spoilers, don't worry. He doesn't give you any spoilers. It's just the name. It's just a creative name for the blog, and he basically gives you a preview, predictions of not only New Japan but WWE as well, because he is a WWE fan as well. So be sure to go check out the Spoiler Alert blog, which is really where you're going to find a lot more New Japan stuff. And also follow him on Twitter at Rainmaker Conga. That's Rainmaker Conga. Go follow him. He's always tweeting about New Japan. I think he tweeted some results of the World Tag League. That's just getting underway today. That's a whole month-long thing, and we'll dive into that more so next week. But today, it's all about Survivor Series. It is a stacked card, and I think because of the past, we're going to see some epic debuts. Yes, and what debuts do you think we will see? Oh, man. I'm thinking it's time for Ronda Rousey. And it's time for James Storm. Oh, really? James Storm. Yeah. I like that. And we'll get into that because right now we printed out some scorecards that are provided by PWS Scorecards. So be sure to go and follow them on Twitter, PWS Scorecards. Just go look them up on Twitter. Every month they put out these awesome, fun scorecards that me and Ryan are going to go through here for the podcast to give you really our predictions as to what's going to happen. But you can play along with us. When we're done here, we're going to scan them and we're going to put them on our Twitter pages. So any Twitter fans, any Facebook fans, anybody, y'all can go download the PWS scorecards and play along with us. And, we'll see what happens. It's not an official contest. We don't have any prizes, but it's really for the love of the business and just for fun. In my opinion, it makes the pay-per-views that much more fun to fill out these cards, which I've been doing since about WrestleMania earlier this year when I discovered them, and they're really fun. It makes watching the pay-per-views that much more fun. So play along with us, and we'll see how you fare. We all fare against each other. All right, definitely. Pause the podcast. Go download it. Like he said, it's on our Twitter. It's on our Facebook. Search Mark Out Mania. Come back, and let's go ahead and play. Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into it on this scorecard. And, of course, you can kind of follow along with us if you have your scorecard with you after you've just went and paused the podcast and went down, print it out or download it, whatever floats your boat. The first match, the Cruiserweight Championship, this one will be on the kickoff show. Now, for those of you who might be new, I'm going to kind of, because Ryan, this is your first one you fill out. Yes. For every match winner, you get 5 points. So right now, the first thing we're going to do, we're just going to guess a winner. So Ryan, the Cruiserweight Championship, Enzo Amore versus Kalisto. Who you got? Enzo's going to retain. You got Enzo? Yeah. I'm going to go with Kalisto. I think Survivor Series is one of the Big Four, and the Big Four, they tend to, they kind of go towards the faces winning. I think this is the one, this is the only matchup, I think, of 2 wrestlers from the same brand all night long, and so I guess that's why they put it on the kickoff. I'm going to go with Kalisto, so I'm going to put in Kalisto here, and I think Kalisto's going to find a way to win. Now, for each match, they have match extras, and each extra is worth 3 points. Now, this one, there's 2 extras, and this is a fairly common one for all matches. You got to guess if it's going to be a win by pin, submission, countout, or DQ. What you got? Okay, I'm going to go with pin. You're going to go with pin? Yep. I'm also going to go with pin as well. Now, the number of aerial moves, this is another match extra. for the Cruiserweight Championship, because, of course, the Cruiserweights do aerial things. And there's a +-1 there, for those of you unfamiliar. +-1 means, hypothetically, I guess, 5. If I'm within 1 of the actual amount of aerial moves that happen, so let's say I say 5, if there's 4, 5, or 6, I get the 3 points.
Nice.
So, Ryan, take a guess. What do you think? How many aerial moves are we going to see in this match?
With it being a Cruiserweight match, Enzo's pretty grounded as a wrestler. Kalisto, I'm going to go with 10.
10? Your number is much higher than mine. I'm going to say, actually, my number is half of yours. I'm going to say 5. I just think Kalisto's probably going to do 4 of those 5. I think Enzo's not a very high-flying guy. He's just there because of his weight. So I'm going to say 5 now, and we'll see what happens tomorrow night. So the next matchup is a match. Hopefully, this one's a little later in the show and not second or first. Well, this could be the first matchup. I could see this happening. 6-man tag match. 2 of the most dominant 3-man factions in WWE today. The Shield taking on the New Day, and what I believe is the first time ever, actually, we got the 3 members of the Shield taking on the 3 members of the New Day. So, match winner, who you got?
Man, this is going to be epic. I'm going to go with the Shield.
I'm going to go with the Shield as well. I think this is going to be one of those just awesome, and I don't know if it's going to be a tornado. I don't think it's going to be a tornado tag. It's just going to be, 6-man, and of course, obviously, there's going to be something going on where all 3 guys of both teams are kind of having a free-for-all at some point. It's going to be a really good match, I think. Like I said, two of the most dominant 3-man factions in WWE in probably this decade, I would say. So definitely, but I'm going to go with the Shield. They just reformed, and they have the little bit of the momentum going for them right now, so I'm going to go with the Shield. The match extras: pin, submission, countout, or DQ. How is this match going to end?
Pin.
I'm going to go with a pin as well, because none of these guys have any sort of submissions. So I'm going to also go with a pin as well. Who makes the fall? Who's the one that gets the pinfall victory?
I'm going to say that's Roman Reigns.
I'm going to say, I'm going to say Roman Reigns too. I was going to say maybe try and just get somebody else, make it a little more interesting. But I think, you know what? I will say somebody else's name just to make it a little more interesting. I'm going to say the winner, I'm going to say Ambrose gets it. So okay. I'm going to write Ambrose in here. I think Ambrose will get it. Who takes the fall?
Xavier Woods.
I will go with Kofi. So we can make things interesting here.
Well, go with your heart, because I don't want to beat you on points.
Well, no, it's not that I'm not going with my heart. It's just, honestly, in my opinion, anybody, I could see any of these guys taking the pin. So
because Reigns coming back from an absence from illness, right?
Yeah,
he's the corporate guy.
Yep.
I think they're going to give him the pin.
They could. Do
you want to change your answer?
No. I think I'm going to stay with Ambrose and Kofi. Number of Superman punches. This is the +-1 here, so we can. And you got 3 guys to Superman punch across the ring.
Yeah.
So, and now I don't know. Does that mean only because I don't know? Maybe Dean Ambrose wants to Superman punch somebody.
That's what I was fixing to say.
So I think looking here, let's see. Let me look at these notes on the card here real quick. I don't think there's a note for this one in particular. No, there is no note here. So I'm assuming Superman punches. I'm assuming from anyone, I guess. But I'm assuming myself that Roman Reigns is going to be the only one throwing a Superman punch. So
now I could see the New Day mocking him with a Superman punch.
That is a very good point. I could see that too.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see, because PWS scorecards, they update their official scoring of each match as the pay-per-view progresses. So also you do want to follow PWS scorecards on Twitter to keep up with the official scoring of these scorecards. So they're usually, because every month it seems the fans, because they have about 1,000 followers and they have probably a few hundred fans that actually fill these out, and there's always something that happens to where the fans are like, they're questioning, well, what if so-and-so, what if, maybe Xavier Woods throws a Superman punch, does that count? So I'm sure PWS scorecards, if that were to happen, like I said, my personal opinion, I think Roman Reigns is going to be the only one throwing a Superman punch. But I do like your idea that, they could mock the Shield and throw a Superman punch themselves. So yeah. I'm going to base, you can, obviously anybody can base their answer off of whatever they think, but at the end of the day, PWS will give us the official scoring on that.
So my answer is going to be twofold.
Twofold?
I'm going to say 3 from Roman Reigns and 1 from the New Day.
So you go with, say, 4.
4, but if they say that they're only talking about Roman Reigns, it'd be 3.
Okay. So you're going to say 3 if it's just Roman Reigns?
Yes.
4 if they mean both. So
yes.
Okay, we'll go ahead. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put that, and we'll figure that out, when the time comes. Number of Superman punches, I'm going to go with... this is a tough one because it's like you just don't know. This is the beautiful thing about this. You really and truly just don't know. And I'm gonna say, I will say 5, just all from Roman Reigns.
Oh wow!
I think he's gonna hit 2 of them twice. He's gonna hit all of them at least once. So I'm gonna put 3 there. Probably should have put 4 just to be safe, but I don't know. Roman Reigns, he's feeling punch happy, I think, tomorrow night. So I'm going to go with 5 Superman punches. All right, the next matchup, the Intercontinental Championship, or the Intercontinental Champion versus the U.S. Champion, The Miz with the Miztourage, taking on Baron Corbin. Who you got winning this match?
The Miz.
Yeah, I got The Miz, too. I think this is Miz's, and Jonathan Brink, he mentioned this in his preview that I read. The Miz will win his big matches. He didn't really give much of a preview because he also put links to the Twitter war, the social media war that The Miz and Baron Corbin have been on over the past few weeks. Definitely want to go check that out in the Survivor Series preview. They have done a great job of building this match up,
right,
and not even having to do it on television. So that's really cool. Although there was a couple of verbal jabs being taken at one another, but the real jabs were taken on social media. And I think right now you got to give it to The Miz, so I'm going to go with The Miz as well. The match extras, pin, submission, countout, or DQ. Now, this is one. The Miz could get disqualified. He's been known to get disqualified sometimes, but he's also got a number of pinfall victories as well in recent memory. So how do you think this match will end?
I'm saying since he's flanked by the Miztourage, it's going to be a DQ.
Think so?
Yeah.
So you're going to go ahead and put DQ. I'm going to go ahead and put pin. I think now this is the next question, outside interference or distraction. It's basically a yes or no. We circle yes or no. But I'm going to say this match will end in a pinfall. Now, obviously, outside interference or distraction. What's your answer?
Yes.
I'm going to go with yes, too. Anytime the Miztourage is around, I expect some sort of distraction. It may or may not cost The Miz the match, but in this case, I personally think along with you, believe that the Miztourage will distract Baron Corbin some way, somehow, and give The Miz the victory.
Right. And the way I see it happening is something happens to the ref. He gets knocked out. You know how they do it.
Yeah.
And then they start beating up on Corbin a little bit. Then he comes to react his revenge with a belt or a chair or something like that when all of a sudden the ref is now awake. And then that's how Baron Corbin gets DQ'd.
I could see that happening as well. So that's a good perspective there. All right, so the next match, the women's champions will be going at it. SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte, who just won the belt this past Tuesday night on SmackDown, will take on the goddess of Monday Night Raw, Alexa Bliss. And my eyes will be all over this match because Alexa Bliss looks good and Charlotte looks good too. They both look real good, both great wrestlers. I think this is going to be a pretty good matchup.
Yes.
I'm going to say Alexa Bliss wins this matchup. So I'm going to go with the goddess, I think. And there's a special reason why I think she's going to win this match, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But I think Alexa Bliss will win this match, so I'm going to put her down as the winner. Who you got?
Yeah, the Queen.
You got the Queen, Charlotte. Yeah. All right, things are getting a lot more interesting here. All right, pin, submission, countout, or DQ. How do you think this match ends?
Oh, I think it's going to be a pin.
A pinfall?
Yeah.
Pinfall by the Queen?
Yeah.
I think it will be... This is a tough one. I think it's also going to be a pin. I'm being very consistent with my match finishes tonight, tonight. And I'm going to go with the pin as well. Number of finishers executed. Now, there is a little side note here. Let's see. Now, there was a side note on the number of aerial moves. Let's see. Any move off the turnbuckle, off the ropes, or over through the ropes does not need to connect. That's an interesting one there. So we probably should have read that note earlier. This is back for the Cruiserweight Championship match. I put 5.
That's why I think my 10 is strong.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, I'm gonna stick with 5.
But I didn't read that, though, to be
honest. I didn't read that either, but we'll learn that for next time. So now for the Women's Championship match, these are the finishers that we're going to go by. The figure 8, natural selection, Queen's boot, Snap DDT, and Twisted Bliss. That is 5 finishing moves there. And that's, if the figure 8 gets put on twice, that would count as 2. So with 5 finishing moves, how many number of finishers are executed, do you think, in this match, Ryan?
I'm going with 4.
You going to go with 4?
Yeah.
I'm going to go... This is... That's a good number, actually. I think I'm going to agree with you there. I got to say 4, so I'm going to go with 4 there as well. Carmella cash-in attempt, successful or not? Now, I'm guessing this means... I'm not sure exactly the way they worded this. Carmella cash-in attempt, successful or not? I guess that means, is she going to be successful in cashing in her Money in the Bank? And in that case, I'm going to say no. So I'm going to circle no for that because that's what I think it means if she's actually successful or not. Do you think Carmella comes in, cashes it in, and is successful?
I don't think either because, you got 2 of the hottest women stars right now. Why would you run their run?
I could also see a scenario where Carmella does come in, cash in, and loses. But based on, this is my opinion of the question, they're asking if she's going to have a successful cash in or not. I don't think, even if she does cash in, which honestly I don't think she will, but if she does, I don't think she would be successful. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and just put no.
Right. I agree.
All right, so we both got no there. We're going to move on now to the next matchup, the Raw Tag Team Champions, Sheamus and Cesaro, who won the tag team titles from Rollins and Ambrose a couple of weeks ago. They will be taking on the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos. Who you got winning that match?
Oh, man, this is hard. I never did like the heel turn for the Usos.
I kind of like it. It seems they're being themselves, I think, and that's really the only reason why I like it, but go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go ahead and go with the Bar.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bar, too. I think the Bar, I'm just going to write Bar here. The Bar. I'm going to go with them, too. I think I really don't have any... I think this is going to be a pretty good match, though. I think the tag team division over the past year has elevated its level, and this is going to be a really good match. But I think the Bar will find a way to win. Pin, submission, countout, or DQ?
I can see it going to countout. That was my gut. Let's go countout.
Countout. This one, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to go DQ for this one. I think this is the type of matchup where you can have somebody get disqualified some way, somehow. I think there could be maybe somehow some sort of outside interference. I don't know, but I'm just going to go with DQ just because I kind of want to be different, I guess. Who makes the fall? Which I guess in my case I don't know, but I guess that's going to be a tough one for me to answer because I got a DQ here. But go ahead. Who do you think gets? Well, you said count out, so. So I don't even know how we can answer this question, I guess. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, for mine, I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it either. Who makes the fall?
Well, I guess if there is a pin,
yeah,
then we can say,
yeah. Let's go ahead and put it as if, let's say there was a pin. Who would make the fall?
I'm gonna say you gave it to the Swiss Superman.
And you give it to the Swish Superman?
Yeah, that was hard to say. Cesaro.
Yeah. I said swish. Swiss
I think
Superman.
I did too.
Yeah,
almost.
That's a hell of a tongue twister for you. I'm going to go with Cesaro as well. I think Cesaro would get the pin. Who takes the fall? That's for me, that's flip of a coin.
Yeah, I'm going to say Jay.
I'm going to say, just for the hell of it, I'm going to go Jimmy. I'm going to say Jimmy. Now, Cesaro swing rotations. How many number of Cesaro swing rotations will we have in this match?
Oh, man.
Now, remember, he's going up there's 2 guys, so whatever you might be thinking for one, you might want to double it for the other one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to go 3.
3? Oh, in my opinion, that's kind of low. No, I'm talking rotations. I think how many times he actually swings them around
I gotcha.
So how many times does Cesaro swing an Uso in the air?
I got you. Okay. Let me go with 15.
15? Ooh, that's a good number. I'm going to go... Now, this is going to be a tough one. 15, I will go... I'm going to say... I'm still debating if he's going to actually swing 1 or 2. I think he's going to swing 2.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go 18. I think he's going to do 18. So I'm going to go with 18 right there. So that is the tag team champions versus champions match. All right, a few more matches left. The elimination match, the Women's Survivor Series match, Raw versus SmackDown on Team Raw. You got Alicia Fox, the captain, Nia Jax, Asuka, Sasha, and Bayley. On the SmackDown side, you got Becky Lynch, the Capitan, Carmella, Tamina, Naomi, and it doesn't say it on here, but they did officially announce that Natalya will be the fifth member of Team SmackDown. So, with that being said, Raw versus SmackDown, who do you think is going to win this match?
Golly, this is such a hard decision on this one. I mean, I love the boss. I love Asuka. I love Bayley. Nia Jax is an absolute animal. Alicia Fox, whatever. You know how I feel about her.
Yep.
I mean, and the SmackDown team is really good too. They have some beast on there as well as Lynch.
Oh, I love me some Becky Lynch.
God, I don't know, man. I don't want to go for Raw because I don't want to go for Alicia Fox. God, Raw.
You gonna go with Raw?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with SmackDown. I think SmackDown will win the women's.
They're really evenly
final.
matched.
Oh, they're very evenly matched, and that's what I think this match has the potential to be a really, really good match. The only problem with this match that I have that it's not an elimination bra and panties match. That's the only. That is about the only issue that I have with this match because I tell you what, 10 ladies in there fighting, taking each other's clothes off, that would be good quality WWE Network programming. I tell you what. So, but I think. Back to reality here. SmackDown, I think SmackDown's going to win. So, the first superstar eliminated.
Well, let me say this. I wonder if they're really going to let Nia and Tamina just bang it out.
That's going to be pretty interesting. I want to see how that goes because, in my opinion, Nia Jax, she started off a little rough in the ring. I think she's coming around, and Tamina's terrible on the microphone, first of all, but her wrestling skills also coming around too. So hopefully, if they meet up in the ring, they can put on somewhat of a good show. But the good thing is you have 8 other women around you that can go head to head. So we may only see a minute or two of Nia versus Tamina, but. Yeah. Go ahead. Who do you think will be the first superstar eliminated?
That's got to go to my girl Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox, first one eliminated. I believe.
Out of there.
I think, man, I kind of want to agree with you, but I'm going to say Tamina will be the first one eliminated. I think, if anything, I think maybe Nia and Tamina might square off first, and Nia they're gonna have Nia go over maybe a quick one on her because there's always It seems like a lot of these Survivor Series matchups they have like a very quick, elimination like that. I have a feeling that Tamina could be that one. So I'm going to say Tamina.
That makes a lot of sense, too.
Will be, because I remember one of my favorite Survivor Series, matches that I talked about last week on the episode, the 06 match.
06, I was trying to look for it.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember what year.
You got to go 06. Go look on it on the network. Go find it, or you might be able to find it on YouTube somewhere. It's a really awesome match. Team DX versus Team Rated RKO, and of course Shawn Michaels kicked Mike Knox's head off in the first 3 seconds and pinned him. Something like that, I think, is what could happen with Tamina, and I think that's why I choose her to be the first one eliminated. Who makes the final fall? Who will make the final fall to win it for their team?
Oh, man. Since I'm going for Raw, I would say that's going to be Asuka.
And for SmackDown, I'm going to say that one will be... this is going to be an interesting one. I will say it'll be Naomi.
Right on.
I'm going to go with Naomi. I think we'll be feeling the glow tomorrow night. Who takes the final fall?
Carmella.
You're going to go with Carmella there?
Yep.
I think who's going to take the final fall, it's going to be Bayley. I'm going to go with Bayley taking the final fall there. Number of superstars left on the winning team.
I'm going to say there are 2 ladies left on the Raw team.
I think I'm going to agree with you there. I think I'm going to go with 2 for the SmackDown women. Superstar with the most eliminations.
So that's another hard one here because
that doesn't necessarily have to be on the winning team either.
Yeah. I mean, you got 2 brutes. Then you got Asuka. I'm gonna go. Let me go with Nia Jax.
I agree 100% with you. I will go Nia Jax. I think she might eliminate 3 people. And that right there, in this kind of match, when you got all these other girls around, 3 could very well be the lead as far as eliminations in this match. So that's everything for the 5-on-5 women's match. The men's 5-on-5 match. Now we're getting serious here.
Yeah.
The 5-on-5 matchup, Raw versus SmackDown. For Raw, Kurt Angle, Triple H, Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, and Finn Balor. And then on the SmackDown side, you got Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, John Cena, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Bobby Roode. Holy cow, this is like the All-Star game, man.
Yeah.
So, all right, for a winner, who you got?
Did you want to play that audio?
Oh, yes, I do want to play that audio. Of course, those of you...
Give me time to think.
Yeah, those of you who might have been living under a rock for the past week, you heard Triple H's name. He came out and made just an earth-shattering announcement this past Monday night on Raw after Jason Jordan, the 5th member, he got hurt. Kurt Angle had to find a replacement. He was getting ready to make the announcement before this happened.
If you won't make the damn announcement, I will. The 5th member of Team Raw is me.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah, so that was this is MarkOutMania, and that was Monday night. I marked out when I saw that because I saw Triple H coming out, and I was like, "Is he the 5th member? Is he the 3rd man?" You know, when Hogan turned heel back in the 90s.
Yes.
But Triple H came out, and I was like, "Oh my God, he could be the 5th guy." And then he said, "If you won't make the damn announcement, I will." And I was like, "Well, who could it be?" And then he said, "Me." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like this is gonna be so awesome." And no disrespect to Jason Jordan, he's a phenomenal athlete. He's gonna be a really good superstar.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ready for this moment. So it was very smart of them to take Jason Jordan out, in my opinion, and put Triple H in here because that right there, I mean, just that switch from Jordan to Triple H makes this match so much more important. So now, with that being said, and of course, don't forget now, Team Raw loses this match. Kurt Angle may no longer be the Raw general manager. So with that being said, who do you got winning this match?
Yeah. Jason Jordan's got a great pouty face.
He sold it very well Monday night. I tell you what, he did.
Did you hear what Booker T said about Jason Jordan?
No, I did not. But I don't think he's not from what I hear, Booker T not a very big fan of Jason Jordan.
No, not at all. Called him lukewarm.
Wow.
Yeah, he said if you don't have a sign that has your name on it in the stadium, then you're nobody. And he says, guess who doesn't have signs but their names on it in the stadium?
Jason Jordan.
Yeah.
I know, and when he comes out, it's like you hear crickets in the audience. And, I always hear wrestlers talk about, as a wrestler, when you come out, you would rather have the whole stadium boo you than come out and hear crickets. That is just like the ultimate just buzzkill for a wrestler. So, but like I said, with that being said, who you got winning this match?
Oh, man. This is another good one. I know this match is getting a lot of heat on the internet from fans with having a lot of old, worn superstars in it.
The youngest man in this entire match, Randy Orton. And he's 37, I think. Mm-hmm. So this is, I mean, it's crazy to think all these guys are... No, I'm sorry, the youngest... He's the youngest on Team SmackDown. Randy Orton, the youngest on Team SmackDown. The youngest overall in the match is Braun Strowman at 34. So that just kind of gives you the idea as to the age factor here. I think the oldest man... there's actually 2 tied for the oldest. I think it's Shane and maybe Triple H might be the 2 oldest. I think, or one's, I don't remember, but it's one of those 2 that are or it might be Angle. Angle's up there too. Yeah. So, but most of these guys are in their 40s. A couple of guys in their 30s. Overall wise, the Raw team much younger than the SmackDown team, though.
I'm going to go with Team Raw because I look at the Team Raw lineup and I don't see how you can beat that.
I agree with you. I think solely for the fact that Kurt Angle's job is on the line and they had the Triple H came in and now Triple H is kind of fighting for his wife, who is the commissioner of Raw. I think Raw will find a way to win this match.
Right.
So I'm going to go with
you
Raw.
Got Samoa Joe with the chip on his shoulder. He's going to absolutely wreck shop.
Yeah, Samoa Joe, ever since he had that feud with Lesnar over the summer, man, I like me some Samoa Joe now, man. He's coming around. So with that being said, the match extras now. First superstar eliminated. Who you got?
I'm going to say First one eliminated. Jeez. I mean, it's like you look and you think, how can somebody be first?
Yeah. How can any of these guys be eliminated? These guys are, all just, like I said, it's like the all-star game.
I'm going to go out, and since I really don't know, I'm going to make an epic prediction. An epic prediction. Braun Strowman.
Wow. That is a very bold prediction.
Thank you, sir.
That is a very we're going to have a bold prediction segment after this. You might want to save that one for that bold prediction segment. First superstar eliminated, I'm going to say Randy Orton. Let me go with Orton. Who makes the final fall?
I'm going to say the final fall goes to Triple H.
I was thinking about it earlier. I thought it'd be Triple H. I'm going to give it to Kurt Angle. I think Angle's going to get the final fall.
I was thinking Kurt Angle too, but then at the last moment I was like, no, say Triple H.
I'm going to give it to Angle. Who takes the final fall?
I'm going to say that's Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode. Very nice. So you thinking Bobby Roode's going to be the last guy standing for the SmackDown team before they get eliminated?
Yep.
I think the last one to get the fall, this is going to be a tough one. I'm going to say Cena. I think Angle will pin Cena. That's an old rivalry right there. Number of superstars left on the winning team.
I'm going to go with 3.
I'm going to... Oh, go ahead. You can say something.
Oh, no. I was just thinking, I think it's going to be Angle, Triple H, and Samoa Joe left.
I'm going to go number of superstars on the winning team. I'm going to say there's 1. I think it's going to come down to Angle and Cena, and I think Angle's going to be the sole survivor. So I'm going to say 1.
Nice. Now,
the superstar with the most eliminations, I already know we're going to have 2 different answers here because the guy you got going out first.
Oh, man. Then I'm going to say Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe, that's not a bad pick, actually. I'm going to go with Strowman. I think Strowman's going to eliminate probably, just like I said, Nia Jax will eliminate 3 people. I think Samoa Joe could. Braun Strowman. Damn, I spelled Strowman wrong here. Strowman. Okay, I got Strowman written down. So I got Strowman there. I think he'll get probably 3. So that is the match extras for the elimination match 5-on-5 Raw versus SmackDown. Now, what could be, I think this could be the last match of the night. I don't know if this is going to be the last match, but on this sheet, it's the last match.
Yeah.
The Universal Champion Brock Lesnar versus the WWE Champion AJ Styles, and what has Dream Match written all over it. I hope this match lives up to the hype of just having those 2 guys' names next to each other on a promotional poster. Who do you think wins this match?
Well, I mean, it should be an easy answer, but it makes it harder when I think back to how an old man with a head full of gray hair and a gray goatee squashed Lesnar in 30 seconds. But I still got to go with Lesnar.
I want to go with Lesnar. I'd be a fool not to go with Lesnar. But, man, they have been just hyping up AJ Styles as the best thing they got now. It's true. He is the best thing that they have going on right now. That strap needs to stay on AJ Styles for a long, long time because he's been carrying that SmackDown show ever since the brand split a year ago. Yeah. Man, this is so tough. But this will be one of my bold predictions. I'm going to say AJ Styles beats Brock Lesnar, so I'm going with Styles. And could be an upset because he's embracing the underdog role, and I think he will find a way to beat Brock Lesnar. Now, how will this match end? Pin, submission, countout, or DQ?
I'm going to say pin.
Pin. I'm going to say it's going to be a DQ because I think somebody's going to come interfere and somehow cost AJ this match.
Who you thinking?
Well, they're not going to cost AJ the match. I think Jinder Mahal is going to come out and is going to probably now because they say this could be the only time they fight. Look, this is WWE. As long as these 2 guys are under contract, they're going to make sure this could happen. Maybe at a WrestleMania, maybe next year at SummerSlam. I don't know, but I think this match could happen again. I hope it does happen again because of the fact that this match only happens this one time in Houston, Texas, and I don't get to go see it in person. I'll be highly upset. But, and now I may not be making much sense here, but hey, look, sometimes I don't make sense. And I think Jinder Mahal is going to come out and attack AJ Styles, causing the disqualification and causing AJ to win this match. So that's my explanation there. The number of finishers executed, or the finishers we're looking at here for this match: the F5, the Kimura Lock, the Calf Crusher, Phenomenal Forearm, and the Styles Clash. That's 5 moves. How many finishers, or the number of finishers, get executed in this match?
Well, I tell you what, I would love to see a Styles Clash on Lesnar. I love the forearm too. He looks so cool when he does that.
Oh yes.
Like I'm like totally going like on man crush here because I love AJ.
You know, a lot of people they like AJ for his hair too. Some wrestling, some guys, you know, they used to be into wrestling, and they kind of got out of it, and then we got them kind of watching again, and we showed them AJ Styles. The first thing I hear, man, that dude has just great hair. Yeah, he has phenomenal hair. It's phenomenal.
Yes, I can't remember who said it, but right when AJ got there, they were running a promo on him. There was like a few guys in the ring, and then AJ was in there too. And they said, and then AJ with his soccer mom haircut.
Yep, mm-hmm.
That was funny.
That was awesome. So you have Lesnar winning by pinfall, right?
Yes.
And I have Styles winning by DQ. Number of finishers executed in this match.
Man, I'm going to go ahead and say 5.
Well, me and you were thinking alike there. I'm going to say 5 too, so I'm going to go with 5. Now, the $1 million question of this match: the number of German suplexes that will take place in this match. And I'm assuming that means if AJ Styles decides to German suplex Brock Lesnar as well.
Which would be epic if he brought him to Suplex City.
That would be. I would not be surprised. I mean, because AJ has a very wide range in his arsenal. And now, could he pick up Brock Lesnar and suplex him? I'm sure he could. But I have a feeling Brock Lesnar, just like the whole Superman punch thing, I think Brock Lesnar is going to be the only one giving German suplexes, because while AJ Styles could do that move, he has his own arsenal of moves that he can pull off. So, but I think we'll only see German suplexes from Brock. But how many do we see?
I'm going 11.
Woo, man. AJ's going to go on a...
Yeah.
Woo, man. When I did that, woo, man, the levels overmodulated there for a second. But
your inner Ric Flair came out.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be somewhat of a low number.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be about 6. I'm going to say 6. Because I think AJ's, he's AJ Styles. He'll find his way out of some suplexes.
Yeah.
He might attempt 11 or 12 or how many you said, but I think he'll find his way out of a few of those.
Gotcha.
So, well, that is pretty much all the matches. A couple of extras, event extras. The announce table destruction. You got the English, Spanish, and other. And basically what we're going to do here, what you do on your cards, you draw an X over the tables that will be destroyed, and you circle the tables that will not be destroyed. You get 5 points for each correct answer. What you got? As far as the English, destroyed or...
No, English is going to be fine.
I think English will be fine. What about the Spanish?
Yeah, Spanish is going. It always goes.
Yeah, Spanish is going. I also think I think the other is going to go too. What about the other?
Yeah, I'm thinking the Russian table's going.
I think, yep. So whatever other table they have on the side there could be. I think it's usually the Russian, or sometimes it's hard to. Sometimes I think they put different languages on the side of the ring because they have the whole other.
Yeah.
And for all I know, some of these matches they may be taken, out in the crowd where like the Japanese and the German and all them other announce tables are. So. So we both have the English staying up, and we both have the Spanish and other going down.
Yeah.
Correct. All right.
Yes.
Now this is the one. This is honestly my favorite part of these scorecards: unscheduled appearances. These are okay. I'm going to read you the rules here for unscheduled appearances. You get 5 points for each correct name. You have a maximum of 5 selections. Teams count as multiple selections. So hypothetically, if we were to say the Hardy Boys show up, if we said the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff, that would count as 2. So teams count as multiple selections. WWE.com card at 2 o'clock Pacific time will act as the official list. Managers, that means whoever's on that list, cannot count as an unscheduled appearance. And managers, valets on scorecards do not count. Backstage or live appearances only. No match promo videos or pre-show panel guests. No authority figures, trainers, referees, or announcers. So with that being said, you want to each do one at a time?
Yeah.
Or all right. My first one is Kevin Owens.
Explain.
I think him and Sammy's going to be my second one, but I think him and Sammy could possibly come out and cost Team SmackDown the 5-on-5 match. So that's my explanation for that.
Now, maybe they could also be involved in the Shield and the New Day, because remember when the Shield came to SmackDown, they acted like they were going to fight alongside of them. They rolled out and bailed out just at the last second,
That's true. That is true. But that from that point of view, I don't think they would show up in that particular match, because if they weren't ready to fight with the New Day that day, it would make maybe they come out and help the Shield somehow.
Yeah.
Or maybe, my opinion, they have the beef with Shane McMahon, and they will do whatever it takes to ruin Shane's night as the SmackDown commissioner, which means by interfering in this match and costing Team SmackDown that big win in the 5-on-5 match. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah. All right, my first one, we alluded to it at the beginning of the program, Ronda Rousey. She's going to come out and distract Charlotte, and Charlotte's going to get pinned.
I agree with you on that. She'll be one of my other appearances. Of course, my second one I just mentioned, Sami Zayn. He will come out with Owens and help distract or cost Team SmackDown the 5-on-5 matchup. Who's your second one?
James Storm.
James Storm. That's a bold pick right there.
I'm thinking he's going to come out and he's going to attempt to help Team SmackDown win. That's how Bobby Roode gets to the last man, with the help of James Storm. However, of course, Team Raw eliminates James Storm's threat, and then that is the beginning of Beer Money Incorporated in WWE.
Well, there you go. My third is Jinder Mahal. I think Jinder Mahal will show up.
That's a good one.
Try and beat up or try and, distract AJ Styles some way, somehow. I think he'll interfere in the Lesnar-Styles match some way, somehow, so I got Jinder Mahal.
Right, and then that creates a lot more heat in that angle, so that when they do go on the India trip, like we said, I think it was in the last podcast that we heard from PW Insider that, okay, he's got the first match with Triple H, their second taping, he's going to call out AJ for the title shot. AJ is going to accept and win the belt in India.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I got... Oh, you...
No, that's it. That's the only people I think.
That's the only people you think?
Yeah.
I mean, you could just put down 3 other random names that you might think, whoever you want. You could put up to 5.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Well, if you think of any more between now, because I got 5. I'm putting 5 down.
Yeah, keep rolling.
I got, as my 4th one, Paige. I think Paige
that would be so
could
awesome.
show up. My gut tells me she may not show up. I think she might show up on Raw Monday after Survivor Series, but I don't think she's going to show. She may or may not show up at Survivor Series, but she could in some sort of fashion during the 5-on-5 match. And my 5th one, you have her, Ronda Rousey. I'm going to put Ronda Rousey, and I agree with you 100%. She's going to come out, distract Charlotte, set up a match somewhere down the line, possibly in New Orleans at WrestleMania. So I'm going to put Ronda Rousey as well. And that is that's pretty much we're done with the scorecards there. So, folks, be sure to fill out a scorecard, play along with us tomorrow night. And right now that we got these scorecards down, we're each going to make 3 bold predictions for Survivor Series tomorrow night. So go ahead with...
Go ahead and let me think on this a little bit.
Okay.
Go ahead and start with yours.
All right, my first bold prediction, just mentioned it, Ronda Rousey comes out and will distract Charlotte Flair, somehow cost her the match against Alexa Bliss. So Ronda Rousey making her WWE debut tomorrow night, I think. Well, she did show up at WrestleMania 31, so I don't know if it's technically her debut, but her re-debut, so to speak. It'll be her re-debut tomorrow. You want me to go ahead and go through all 3 of mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
My second one is, well, like I said, I don't know if this is really much of a bold prediction, but I guess it is, since nobody's expecting him to win. It would be Styles is going to beat Brock Lesnar. So, even though he don't pin him, I think he'll win the match, and he may pin him, but I think he's going to win the match some way, somehow, whether it be by distraction, by disqualification, or whatever the case is. And my third one, I was going to say Paige coming back as well. Paige coming back, and I kind of wanted to see if I could come up with something else. 2 of my 3 are basically women showing up that haven't either been around in a long time or making their re-debuts in Ronda Rousey. So that's my 3 bold predictions for tomorrow night. So what about you?
Right. So the first one right off the bat was that Braun Strowman's going to be the first person eliminated
There you go.
in the elimination tag.
That is a very bold prediction.
Second one is that, and you know what's funny? When I started thinking about it later on, the Ronda Rousey thing that I just fantasy booked goes against who I said was going to win. I said the Queen was going to win.
Yeah.
So I kind of I think that would be epic if she came out and caused Charlotte to lose the match.
Now, it could be that Charlotte wins the match and Ronda Rousey shows up and is like, all right, I'm here now and I'm ready to, me and you get it on,
Yeah.
So that is a possibility too. Like you said, you can't, it's very hard to predict what's exactly going to happen, especially at an event like Survivor Series, one of the big 4 events of the year.
Yeah. And then I really like the possibility of James Storm coming to the WWE, bypassing NXT, making a big debut, coming in, trying to help Team SmackDown and his boy Bobby Roode. And then we see a very new tag team that we've seen in the past in other promotions come in and start doing business and winning belts.
Yeah.
And start running and start riding down on that motorized ice chest.
There you go.
Used to love that tag team.
Absolutely. So that is your 3 bold predictions?
Yes.
Or you gave 3, right?
3, yes.
All right, so you gave 3. Now we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up this episode with the lasting impression, I think, of Survivor Series. What's going to be the big thing that happens here in at Survivor Series? What you think is going to happen? Just whatever your lasting impression, whatever the case, whatever it may be. It's basically your opinion. What's the lasting impression of Survivor Series?
Man, this reminds me of UFC 100. That was the one with Brock Lesnar and Frank Mir too. Mm-hmm. That card was so stacked, and the whole night it was this epicness after epicness.
Yeah,
that's what this card is going to be. It's going to be nonstop epicness.
Mm-hmm.
I think this will be a pay-per-view. Are they still called pay-per-views since they're on the network now?
Yeah, well, a while back they were going to change they were going to call them like special events. I still call them pay-per-views because you technically still can buy them as a pay-per-view.
Who would do that?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Yeah, so but that is still an option to actually buy it as a pay-per-view if you don't want to get the much cheaper version of the WWE Network. Not only have the pay-per-views every month, but get all the on-demand and original content that they put on the WWE Network. So I still call them pay-per-views.
I think this will be a pay-per-view that in 10 to 20 years, 2 guys behind a mic like us, when they're talking about past pay-per-views, they're going to be like, did you see Survivor Series on the WWE Network from 2017?
Absolutely. And see, like for me, one that sticks out like that was 2014 when Sting debuted at Survivor Series. That's one I will never forget because I marked out pretty good for that one. My lasting impression of this year's Survivor Series, I think, will be all about Raw. It's going to be Team Raw winning the 5-on-5 match. I think Kurt Angle gets the last pinfall, of course, and I think that's going to cause some sort of tension between Kurt Angle and Triple H. Mm-hmm. I think right now, my bold prediction, we're going to see Triple H versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania.
Wow.
I think this right here could be the seed planner of that match. I think, because right now you can tell just by him coming out and getting in Angle's face, like, I'm going to make the damn announcement if you're not. That right there, they're already kind of building some animosity between those two, and obviously there's a history between those two as well on TV. Yeah. And I think this is going to be the beginning of some sort of maybe a little rivalry between Triple H and Kurt Angle, and I think that is going to, find its way all the way through the Royal Rumble, all the way into WrestleMania where they meet, and man, that would be really fun to watch in New Orleans.
Could we see an ankle lock on Stephanie at some point?
Tomorrow night?
No. Just at some point during them gearing up towards WrestleMania.
I think if we see an ankle lock on Stephanie, it'll be at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. I think they'll save that luscious image of Stephanie's ankle getting snapped by Kurt Angle. They'll save that for like a WrestleMania because last year she went through a table at WrestleMania. Yes. So I think that would happen more than likely at WrestleMania.
Stephen Amell went through a table last night at the ROH event.
Yeah, you put that on the Facebook page. That was pretty cool. I
Yeah.
did see that, man. That's going through them tables, man. That's tough
cool
business.
that a guy, and not saying that he's a huge actor, but I mean, this guy, he's made it. I mean, he's on an extremely popular series. To take a bump like that and you're not a professional wrestler, kudos, bro.
Absolutely. So, you have anything else you want to add in here?
Man, no, I'm just excited. I tell you what, the matchmakers, management did a great job putting this Survivor Series together, and it is going to be one amazing night.
Yeah, it's going to be a very memorable night. Survivor Series, always a very memorable night. Of course, last year, the memorable part at the end, Goldberg just squashed Lesnar last year. That was so surprising last year. I remember that. It feels like it was just yesterday that happened.
It does.
That's crazy to think how quickly a year flies by. So that was the lasting impression last year. This year, of course, like I said, I think the lasting impression. At the end, this is my prediction of what the final shot's going to be like. Team Raw is going to win. I think that's going to be the last match. Team Raw is going to win. The Raw roster is going to come out, put Kurt Angle on their shoulders as the hero, the general manager. He's going to pretty much, like I said, save Raw and save his job too, because he's going to get the final pinfall, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think that's great. Give him the Rudy treatment.
Yeah.
I tell you what, like I was telling you earlier in the week, that's the only movie at the theaters that I ever saw grow a man cry. So I'm pretty sure if you give him the Rudy treatment, there might be some misty eyes.
I won't be. I'm usually not a guy that'll get misty eyed. So, but it'll be really cool to finally see Kurt Angle, because when he fought with the Shield, he was wearing the Shield attire. Hopefully, he'll come out and as Kurt Angle, not a member of the Shield. He'll come out as the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. That's what I'm really looking forward to. And also, a side note, I'm really upset that I will not be in Houston, because I tell you what, whoever's going to be in the Toyota Center tomorrow night, they're going to get to see just a plethora of great entrances during that match. Man, that's going to be awesome. You got Nakamura, you got Bobby Roode, you're going to have Kurt Angle, Triple H,
yes,
John Cena. You're going to have also Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, if he would. I don't think he'll come out as the Demon, but man, if he did, holy smokes, that would be awesome. So whoever is in the Toyota Center tomorrow night, cherish all those entrances, because that is going to be an amazing sight, and I'm going to be cherishing them, watching them just all on TV, because
that's
in
like
my
the
opinion,
who's.
because that right there, that's a big part of wrestling, the entrances, the entrance theme, and the pageantry that goes into the themes. And I think it's going to be, those are all those guys, most of them have awesome entrances, and that's one big thing I'm looking forward to seeing tomorrow night.
Right. And since we're releasing this early on a Saturday, make sure you go to our website, MarkOutMania.com. From there, look for Spoiler Alert Blog. The Brink has a Survivor Series predictions and preview right there. So go ahead and read all that. And also, if you're into New Japan, he has a recent post on New Japan on their tag tournament, and it is extremely detailed. This guy is putting his heart into it. And then, of course, while you're there, also check us out on all our social medias, Twitter, Facebook, hit podcast.
All of it, MarkOutMania.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Just type in MarkOutMania, and you will find us.
Definitely.
All right, you want to go ahead and close it out?
Close it out.
All right, well, thank you all for tuning in. We hope you all enjoy Survivor Series. Ryan and I are both excited for it.
Yes.
So, until next week, have a great week, everyone.
See you.
You've been listening to the Mark Out Mania podcast, a Lake Area Media, LLC production. The views and opinions expressed in this show are those of Ryan Keith and Patrick Fry and are not affiliated with any wrestling promotion or company. Follow Mark Out Mania on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. For all Mark Out Mania links, news, and free podcasts, visit MarkOutMania.com. You've been marked.